All right, guys, we're gonna do one more before I get out of here. Uh, I gotta say, like, I am super thankful for just how much engagement you guys are giving us for these videos. Some of you are even booking discovery calls with us to get help with your AI technology website, stuff like that, selling things online. So, really appreciate it. If you don't recognize me, my name is Alex. I run an AI agency in Toronto. We help Canadians adopt AI in a safe, meaningful, and compliant way. I gotta say stuff like that, but essentially, we're showing you how to use AI the right way instead of just putting a couple prompts in and going, "Oh my god, it doesn't work." We'll show you how to use it correctly. And I gotta say, you know, when it comes to Canada, AI sucks. Everyone hates AI. Great. Oh wow, bad AI. Don't take jobs. Housing market, though, we still got to cover the housing market just because of how entwined it is into our economy. And in Canada, most of our economy is made up of housing and a little bit of manufacturing, but it's literally just mostly housing. And so I really like to listen to Ron every day. I always get a little bit of a moment to just catch him every day. And he's talking about Ontario housing prices now. So we're going to see what Ron has to say, headed into December about Ontario housing prices. I've learned a lot from Ron about the real estate market, mortgages, just like how landlords work. Like, you guys go to our channel and see other couple videos that I reacted to, but I really like him. He's an older guy. He tells it to you straight. And, if you guys aren't following him yet, Angry Mortgage Podcast, give him a follow. Let's get into it.
We're at this moment in time when there's a certain amount of really wild levels of panic amongst some real estate organizations, and they produce reports that are, oh, look at the suspenders, right? Pretty cool, huh? Anyway, they produce crazy reports, crazy idea. Oh, sales are going to be way up next year, says Remax. Well, I guess that's the same as, if you go into the nail salon and say, hey, you think I need some, you think my nails need some work? The only thing you're going to hear is, oh, hurry, sit down. Your nail need work. So that's what you're going to hear. I mean, they're in the business of promoting their agents and their real estate agents. And of course, they're going to come up with
Don't kill me, Ron.
a story, a story of, oh, chance of price rising, definitely more activity. Like, please. I mean, the only place that's got a little bit going in Ontario on the real estate scene is Thunder Bay. And with all respect to you wonderful people in Thunder Bay, who the fuck cares? Nobody cares, all right? Every place else, deep, ranges from moderate trouble to sort of bad trouble to, hey, I think we're doomed trouble, okay? Look, let's run it down by region, okay? And let's just set aside the dog crate condos for a minute. Let's just set them aside and say, okay, we know that's sheer fuckery. It's going to keep getting worse. There's 28,000, I think it's 30,000 more units coming next year, 2026, all at the wrong price, all bought wrong. They were bought 6 years ago for ridiculous prices. It's just going to be a disaster. And that's going to push more, and they're all bought as rentals, 80%, 85% rentals. And there's good luck renting them. I mean, like, it's just literally a pricing disaster. All right.
So just to get you guys, if you're just tuning in first time, you haven't seen him before, you haven't seen me, introduce himself every time. Hopefully one day I won't have to. Ron, he's been talking about these dog crate condos for years now, and I remember even watching his videos a couple of years ago. I was like, "What the hell is he talking about? What's he on about dog crate condos?" There's too many condos in Toronto. There are too many condos because developers were building them en masse as investors were frothing at the mouth to get their little condo investment property to rent out to young person moving here from God knows where, $2,000-$3,000 a month, and that bubble popped big time, guys. If you own a condo in downtown Toronto, I really do feel for you. That liquid's probably going to be locked up for 10, 15 years, maybe 20 years, if you don't want to take a loss. If you're comfortable taking a loss, if you're buying in 2021, 2022, I would say try to manage the best you can. Find something else to invest in. The idea that we're buying condos and homes as investment vehicles. There's so many other financial instruments that exist that could be a better investment. It's a more liquid investment, so you can get your money out easily. Condos, real estate, it's only literally a Canadian thing, thinking about homes as investments, guys. It's a Canadian thing, and we've been doing it for too long, to the point where if anything goes wrong with our real estate industry, the whole country collapses, guys. So we have apparently 3,000, however many thousand more condos coming online next year, and people are overpaid for them. So that means the condos that are coming online next year, a lot of them are going to just be getting dumped onto the market at whatever we can get money for pricing. And that's going to hurt all the other people who bought condos. So we're in the downtrend for condos and real estate in Toronto. And I don't see this turning about anytime soon, guys.
Set aside the condos. Just put them on the shelf and say, yep, they're fucked. And we'll think about the rest of the marketplace of towns and single family and semis and what's going on region by region. Well, first thing I'll tell you is I think Ottawa is still okay. As much as the Prime Minister suggests there's going to be cuts to civil service, so far, no cuts to civil service. Maybe a few, but it's not. That's the ultimate company town. Ottawa is the ultimate company town. As long as the company's doing okay, house prices are pretty good. They're not great. They're stopped going up. They're just treading water, but Ottawa okay. Now, let's go straight to the real problems in Ontario. I mean, this Brampton thing is like utter disaster. The twin destructive powers of going all in on student rentals and temp workers. You're buying single family homes and you're putting in 15 mattresses or 15 futons, charging $800 a head. I mean, totally illegal. The rooming houses, sadly, tragically, we had one of these rooming houses, a semi, about a 1,400 square foot semi, had 12 people living there.
3 died.
Yeah, tragic fire. People lost their lives. The one thing that's no joke about this totally insane illegal rooming house garbage is that you're going to hurt people. You're going to kill some people. You did kill some people. And that is horrific. And that is the outcome of crazy real estate decisions. It's all illegal. The rooming houses are all illegal. Temp workers in Brampton, the students are all disappearing. And that's why, if you were renting out a 3,200 square foot house for $12,000 a month to students, because you had 15 of them in there, that's a good rate of return, and you can afford your mortgage. When the students disappear, you are done. No one's going to pay you $12,000 a month for your house. So if you are highly leveraged on your own home, and so you're paying interest on your HELOC, you're paying a mortgage payment, you're paying taxes, you're done. If that $12,000 goes away, you're finished. So we're seeing some of the highest levels of power of sale activity, lenders taking back houses from borrowers who stopped paying, and they're just having to sell them fast. And if you want to sell something fast, you sell it cheap. And well, wait, Ron, why don't they wait? They don't wait because under the power of sale rules, you have to sell. You can't pause and say, yeah, I think I'll rent it for a year. That's against the rules. You cannot do it. So you must sell, and you want to sell quickly and efficiently. You're willing to take even capital losses on your mortgage because you got to get your money back. It's going to be worse in a year. It's going to be worse in the spring, not better. So you're going to price it to sell, accept an offer, get it off the books. And those prices are down 30% from the peak in Brampton, 31% down in Brampton for the whole region. I mean, it's a nightmare. So what about other places? Other 905, not great. Durham region, we got your Oshawa, Pickering, Ajax, Whitby, the northern parts, the new houses. It ain't good. It's bad. 25% price reduction, some power sale activity there. More power sale activity in Niagara. Niagara bad. Some of those regions are 30% off. Kitchener-Waterloo, if it was in a student-oriented region of KW, bad, just bad. I mean, because those London, if it was oriented to the community college, not good. Okay, that ain't good. Overall, we're seeing those outside regions down. Some of those people feel that they have to sell. They've been called back to their office. Yeah, return to the office is big. It's just big. Like some are 5 days a week. Some banks, some departments and some banks are 5 days a week. The rest are 4. Same with the life cos. Same with the big law firms. It's all this, the partners leave on Fridays. So that's all the bad news. Thunder be good. Anyway, and it's going to continue. Why does it continue? Because if you understand power of sale, it takes 9 or 10 months. A super fast one is 6 months. I mean, so there's lots more in the process that are going to get to the point where they can finally put them on the market. They're still coming. So that is a sort of a death spiral when there's a lot of power sales going on, because each lower sale creates a new comp, which establishes a new lower price for the whole neighborhood. And then the next one has to sell for a lower price. Yeah, I know. It's just, it's a shitstorm. Okay. And there's going to be more of that. So again, we have some difficulties in the Canadian economy. We have some of the higher unemployment levels are in Ontario. Toronto has an unemployment level it hasn't seen for about 18 years. So that's what's going to happen. We're going to see continued price reduction. There may be a touch of an increase in sales activity, houses, numbers of resale homes, because some of these prices are going to get interesting to people. And that's a positive thing. But anybody who thinks prices are going to be higher in the spring in Ontario, you are wrong.
Okay, guys. So, and I know people. I got buddies who own condos and stuff like that. They got to figure it out. I mean, some of them got to figure out. Some of them I got too much money to even have time to look at their condo. But it's, that one sentiment of we need to invest in all these condos. We got all these young students coming here. We have all these temp workers coming here. They're going to be able to afford $2,000-$3,000 condo rental fees. Like, it was completely out of this world, out of your mind speculation. Like, investors frothing at the mouth, guys. I like whenever I'm doing stock trading or any shit like that. Like, I just close the position. Whenever I see investors frothing at the mouth, going, "Oh my god, I need to buy this right now," and the candles are green and skyrocketing to the moon, that's when I'm getting the fuck out. I'm gone. So that would have been 2022 when you see people going crazy to buy stuff. That's the top. That's the very top of the market when the retail's getting in. So when I see drawdowns minus 30% on a home, on a property, it's not just your property minus 30%, or not just your next door neighbor's property minus 30%. It's everyone's property in that building or on that road. That's why in the real estate world, it's extremely precarious when you have situations like successive powers of sale in the same neighborhood. You might have, and I explained this in another video, but if you have 3, 4, 5 people on your street who are going to power of sale, your home, your condo, and your building is going to decrease in value. It's the bottom line. So we're in a situation now where across Canada, there's powers of sales happening all over the place because people literally just can't manage the mortgage. Bottom line, the bank's taking their home away and force selling it into the market. It's going to drag down the value of this market. It's going to drag down the value of people's homes. People's homes on paper are being dragged down in terms of value. That makes them panic. That makes them want to sell. That makes some people unable to afford their mortgage. Versus what they're getting paid for in rent, if it's investment property. There's all sorts of factors that go into driving more power sales, and it's going to get ugly, guys. 2026 is going to be a bombshell for condos, especially. Anyways, guys, make sure you subscribe to Ron. His channel is great, man. I mean, I just like listening to him when I do work and stuff. So maybe something about his voice, or he's just telling you like how he feels it, how he thinks it. So he's not trying to sugarcoat shit. Maybe he'll do that sometimes because it's YouTube doesn't want to get censored, but then he'll start dropping F-bombs. So I really like him. If you guys like the type of content that we're reviewing here, type of conversation we're having here, hit like and subscribe. Really, really appreciate it. We're getting, like, you guys are literally booking us for discovery calls for digital projects, for AI stuff. So, I make these videos. I got a bunch of dislikes. People hate me in the comments. No problem, guys. No problem. Like, leave us dislikes too. It's getting us more business, and people are finding us online. So, I encourage all business owners to do stuff like this, because it's just, to me, I got to wake up early and just do marketing just for so these guys can get more work. So, I don't mind doing it, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how far we can push this in 2026 and the next one. Bye now.